All right, so we have yoga for the day ahead. Yoga is always brilliant in the morning anyway, but I tend to find it depends on what you mean by a morning yoga practice. So for me, if it's like literally out of bed, I'm like a 90-year-old woman and I can hardly move. So that needs to be quite quite gentle and more of a wake up for the physical body. If you've been up for a few hours, rushed around, got the kids to school, all of that, had a few coffees, you tend to be a bit more energized already, and it's like the salutation practice that we do. So today is a little bit of both. We start slower, we take a few stretches, we ease into the body, and then we finish with the salutations. And we don't land into shavasana for this one. We're going to be sort of there and ready for our day. So it's a little bit of both. So with that said, you can pop your playlist on or any music. We're just going to start in child's pose. It's a perfect position to start, whether you're straight out of bed in the morning or really any time of day. It just lets you land. This one starts a little bit quieter, so if you don't hear it straight away, it will build up. So when you're ready, take your child's pose. Wiggle yourself into it like you're nestling into sand. Finding space for the body. You want it to feel easy, so you are trying to lengthen out through the spine, but nothing should be jarring or catching through the shoulders. This is where we start, just to tune into the physical body, to notice how everything's feeling. To observe any tightness or discomforts that we need to be aware of. Maybe a chance just to wake up, to land into the body. Or if you've already been busy, just a chance to connect with the breath. So whether it's first thing for you or into your morning, start to connect with your ujjayi breath. Or just simple breathing in and out through the nose if you prefer. And feel like that inward breath is creating space in the body, waking it up, expanding. And then you're balancing it with the outward breath. Just landing, releasing any tension. So just be here with your breath, a few rounds. You can start to lengthen the breath a little bit or just strengthen it slightly as if you're waking up for your practice. Using the breath as that first means to energize the body. And when you've finished your next breath, bring yourself up to tabletop. Take time to just set the hands, spread the fingers wide, connect through palms and the lower legs. And drop first of all into a cow pose, nothing too extreme, just let the belly drop down. Feel more like you're drawing the heart through between the upper arms. Lift the gaze a little. Make small movements, just feel into the body. And then reverse that movement, hollow out through the belly, round the spine, drop chin to chest. And again, just notice how it feels through the spine, through the shoulders. And then build it into movement, inhaling to lift to your cow pose. And exhaling to round into cat. And just close the eyes here, keep moving with your breath. And just take what the body needs. If the low back feels twingy, work on the movement of the heart. Keep the belly a little bit engaged. If the shoulders or the neck feel tight, really work on moving through the spine. Lovely. Take one more each way. And then from there, bring the feet together, sit back to a kneeling position, but tuck the toes. So we're just waking up the feet as well. And these can be a little bit apart. We won't be here for too long. Take the arms overhead, press palms to the sky and find a lift and a length through the spine. Take a little side sway to open through the ribs. Draw the arms back as far as you can in line with the ears. And then release hands behind the back. Puff the chest the other way, so hands lift away from the back body, shoulders roll back, broaden across the chest. Lovely. And then release the hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes, just take a brief downward dog. You can bring any movement in here. Find any shape that works for your morning. So if the legs are a little bit tight, keep the knees bent. You can always just work on lengthening through the spine. You can ripple it forwards and back if you want to. A couple of breaths to make it yours. And then bring the knees down to the mat. Extend your right leg out to the side. So we're going to take that extended child's pose, but with a side stretch. So just start by rocking forward and back. Keep the outer edge of the right foot grounded. Just find a little bit of movement through the hips into that inner right leg. And then next time you head back, sink the hips as far as they will go towards the left heel. You might just stay here, but the option's there for a side stretch. If you want to take it, walk the hands towards your right foot. And then settle into it, breathe into the left-hand side of the body. If you took the side stretch, come back to center. Lift yourself up. Slide the right leg round behind you. Just take a few little lifts and lower of that leg. Everything else stays nice and steady through the spine. And then you can make it a bit bigger by bringing the knee through towards the nose. It rounds the spine. So you've got an inhale to lift gaze and leg, and an exhale to bring knee to nose. Just take a couple. And if these are feeling okay in your body, you can finish with a few glute circles, extending the right leg back, opening the hip, and drawing the knee round to the shoulders. If this is too much first thing, you can stick with your knee to nose. All right, and then we take the other side. So left leg out, press down into the outer edge of the left foot, rock it forward and back. And then drop hips back towards that right heel, extend the hands forward. Find where you want to land and take the option of a side stretch towards the left foot if you want it. You're breathing deeply here into the right-hand side of the body if you're side stretching. And bring it back towards center. Pick yourself back up towards kneeling, send the left leg behind, draw the low belly in, little lifts of the left leg. Building that into knee to nose, a rounding of the spine. You can stay with that knee to nose movement, or you can take it into glute circles, drawing circles with that left knee. Lovely. And then come back through a downward dog. Just for a transition, look towards your hands and walk yourself forward. Keep the knees as soft as they need to be, still warming up the body. Lovely. Stand all the way up, take the arms overhead. Again, press palms to the sky. Make sure your feet are hip width apart for balance. Take a nice big inhale and sway it over to the right. Come back up as you inhale. Side bend to the left. One more each way. Lovely. Come back up. Hands behind the back, puff the chest, big breath in. And then nice and slowly, being conscious of the body, bend at the knees, hinge the hips back, start to fold body towards the thighs, maybe lifting hands away from the back. First big hamstring stretch, so let the body hang here. Draw the shoulders from the ears. And then release hands down to the floor. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Move through a runner's lunge first of all. So sink the hips a little bit here, lift the heart, feel light on the fingertips. They're just there to support. Just waking the body a little bit. Legs just as they are. Keep the right hand down. Open your left arm up to revolve. Little twist through the spine. Maybe lean back into it. That's it. Come back. Drop your back heel in. Windmill up into a warrior two. Ease into the hips. We take slightly slower holds to begin with, then we're going to flow. So a couple of breaths in warrior two. And then from your warrior two, straighten the leg, turn the toes to the long edge of your mat, hands on the hips, breathe in, open the chest. Fold it forwards as you breathe out. Again, tip the weight forward, broaden across the thighs, waking up and lengthening through the hamstrings. Come up halfway. Walk back to the top of your mat. All right, little bit of a sneaky, stronger one to start us off. This left foot is going to tuck underneath and you open to face the right hand side. Press into that left arm, fallen triangle. Yeah. So you can lean right back into it. It doesn't have to be a tight pose, but it is quite strong in that underneath arm. And then nice and carefully, right hand comes back down. Step it back. Bring the weight forward over the hands. Take a big breath in. Knees or toes lower all the way down. Baby cobra, just lift the chest. Return to your downward dog. And then take your right leg high. Step it forward outside of the right hand. Find a lizard pose. You can keep the knee lifted if you feel nice and strong already, or you can drop it down and just sway into that right hip. These poses are just to sort of wake us up before we flow any faster. If your back knee has dropped down, pick it up, heel, toe, right foot to center. Step forward into your fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left leg this time, stepping back. Runner's lunge to begin with, lift the heart, press into this back leg. Keep the legs nice and strong there, what's holding you. Left hand stays down, right hand opens, revolve your lunge. Lean back into it, breathe into the chest. And then bring that top hand down, spiral your back heel in, lift and open into your warrior two. Stay strong in the legs. One more breath. Straighten the legs, turn toes towards that left hand edge of the mat. Big breath in. Hinge and fold yourself forward. Keep lifting through the arches of the feet, tipping the weight into the balls. And then come up halfway. Walk yourself back round to the top of the mat. So we'll take that fallen triangle the other way. Your right hand's going to be your support. Your right leg kicks through and underneath, and you rock open onto that right hand. Left foot, open the chest. Bring your left hand back down. Spin carefully back through to high plank. Take a breath in. Lower as you breathe out. Loop the shoulders back, cobra pose. Downward dog. Left leg's lifting, breathe in. Step it forward but outside of the left hand. Find your lizard lunge, either keep it high or drop the knee. A few little movements into the left hip. And then pick up that back knee, heel toe, left foot to center. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. Pause for a couple of breaths here. The body should feel like it has woken up, that you've eased out into most body parts. And so we pick up our breath to movement flow. So from here, take a nice big inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze to the thumbs. Hinge and fold yourself forward. Yeah, halfway lift, breathe in. Step it back, right foot, then left foot, find your high plank. Firm the whole front of the body as you arrive here. Bring the weight forward over the hands. One more breath in. Knees or toes, lower yourself down. We're staying with cobra, but really lift the heart through, lift the gaze. And then return downward dog. Lovely, lift your right leg. Step it through between the hands. From there, step to the top of your mat with a halfway lift. And then fold it down. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands down to the heart. Keep it flowing, big breath in. Hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Left and then right, step it back. Pause in your high plank, lengthen out. Start switching on the core, big breath in. Lower slowly as you breathe out. Roll the heart through to cobra. Take it back, downward dog. So we breathe in as we lift the left leg up, come onto the toes. Exhale as we step it through. Inhale as we lift to halfway. And then exhale, fold. Root to rise. Hands to heart center. One more each side, just the same. All breath to movement. Inhale. And fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, high plank. Breathe in as weight comes forward. Lower as you exhale. Take the cobra. Downward dog. Arriving there as you breathe in, right leg lifts. Step it through as you breathe out. Come forward, halfway lift, breathe in. And fold. Inhale, root to rise. Take it straight back down as you exhale. Halfway lift. Left then right, find your high plank. You have a breath in to firm the body, reach forward, and then lower it down. Move through your back bend. From your downward dog, left leg lifts as you inhale. Stepping it through. Halfway lift, top of the mat. Forward fold. Root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. Finding a little bit more openness through the chest this round. Take an inhale to sweep the arms up. And then cactus the arms. So take the upper back in space. Squeeze the hips forward a little bit. Keep the tailbone long so you're not arching through the low back. Lift back up as you inhale. Hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Right leg steps back. This time we drop the knee to the floor so that you can lift into your low crescent. Yeah, we'll build this up. Take an inhale. And then again, cactus the arms as you exhale. Open the chest, lift the gaze. Take the inhale to sweep them up, back up. Exhale, hands come down, move to your downward dog. That's it. Come forward into high plank as you breathe in. Lower as you breathe out. If you want to introduce up dog, you can, or stick with your cobras. Returning to your downward dog. Inhale, that right leg comes up high. Step it through between the hands, just as we did before, halfway lift, top of the mat, and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Take it straight back down as you exhale. Halfway lift. Oh, I forgot my cactus, never mind. Step the left foot back. Drop the knee. Sweep the arms up, find your crescent lunge. So inhale here. Cactus the arms open as you exhale. Hold for breath. Make up for the one we missed at the top of the mat. Lift on the inhale. Hands come down. Find your downward dog. Start rippling through the spine. Come forward on your inhale. Lower as you exhale, all the way or half. Find a back bend. Downward dog. Left leg is lifting on the inhale. Step it through. Halfway lift, top of the mat. And fold. Inhale, root to rise. We take a cactus here. Take the arms back. Squeeze the hips forward. Breathe back in, reach high. Hinge and fold. One more each side. Halfway lift. Right leg steps back, soften the knee. Take a crescent lunge on your inhale. Cactus the arms on your exhale. Sweep them round. Inhale. Find your downward dog. Ripple through the spine as you breathe in. Come forward. Lower it through your vinyasa. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Stepping it through. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Final side. Inhale, lift. Cactus and open the chest. Inhale, lift. And bow. Halfway. Left leg is stepping back. Sweep the arms up to crescent. Cactus and open the chest. Sweep them back up as you inhale. Find your downward dog. Roll it forward to high plank. Lower as you exhale. Move through your vinyasa. Take your left leg high as you breathe in. Step it through between the hands. Halfway lift, top of the mat. And fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center. All right, a few standing poses like we would do in a Ashtanga remix. Step it wide with your right leg. Keep your left toes towards the top of your mat, angle your right toes in, find your warrior two. That's it. Lovely. Sink into it. Connect with your breath. And then as you breathe in, straighten the legs. As you breathe out, reach forward and find your triangle pose. Connect here, left hand to floor or leg, and spiral the chest open. Breathe deeply. Start to get a little bit lighter on those underneath fingers. And then lift yourself all the way up to the long edge of your mat, hands to hips, toes are forward, breathe in. Hinge and fold it down. Take a little lift halfway with your breath. Roll back forward into your fold. Come up onto fingertips. Walk to the back of your mat, so right toes are pointing forward. Keep the left heel dropped and spiral yourself back up. Warrior two to the back. Tuck this left hip underneath, sink into the right knee. As you inhale, straighten the legs. As you exhale, reach the back of your mat, find your triangle. Keep squeezing the hips underneath, connect in with your breath. Start to get lighter on the underneath hand. You have one breath in to lift yourself up, turn the toes forward, puff the chest, and then your exhale to hinge and fold back down. Halfway lift with your inhale, and then ripple forward into your fold. Tip the weight forward, shake out the head, land for a couple of breaths. Come up halfway. Walk back to the top of your mats. Step forward into a fold. All right, from your forward fold, we're lifting into chair pose. So send the hips back, sweep the arms up, draw the belly in. Take an inhale. And then fold it back down as you exhale. Halfway lift, fingertips up the shins. You're stepping back through your vinyasa. If you want to float it, be my guest. We meet back in downward dog. Picking up the Surya B series, right leg lift as you inhale. Step it through between the hands. Your choice here, spin the back heel for warrior one or stay as you are for a crescent lunge. Either way, you're lifting the body up. So you'll either end up here or you'll be on the toes, but your hips are straight to the front. So inhale, drop the hands back down, step it back through a vinyasa, or you can meet straight in downward dog. We do just the same with the left leg, lift it high as you breathe in. Step it through as you breathe out. Your choice of how you position that back foot for warrior one or for crescent lunge, and then lift. Press into the back heel if you've got warrior one. Take the inhale. Hands come down to downward dog or through vinyasa. Come up onto your toes from your downward dog, look forward. Find your way top of the mat. You can step, walk or float. Halfway lift when you arrive. And fold. Lift it back to your chair pose. That's it. We're going to take one more round. So we're taking like our Surya beats, which is stronger, but we're just slowing it a little bit. So take the inhale. Fold it forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Move through your vinyasa with a float or a step. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Stepping it through. Your choice for warrior one or crescent lunge. Rise the body up. Big inhale. Straight back down as you exhale, vinyasa or to down dog. Final side, left leg lifts. Step it through. Crescent or warrior one. Breathe in. Take it back, downward dog or vinyasa. Meeting in downward dog, pause there. Find strength through the arms and the legs, draw the low belly in, connect with your breath. Drop the knees down to the floor, take them wide, big toes touch, sink hips to heels, forehead to the mat, child's pose. Take this child's pose here just to ground your energy, so really connect through the palms. Feel your connection with the earth. Be aware of your breath. Finish with a nice side stretch to both sides, so lift onto the fingertips, walk over to the right hand side, connect the palms, sink hips to the left heel, breathe into the left hand side. Come back to fingertips. Walk your way through center, off to the other side, hips to the right heel, breathing there. Come back through center. Pick yourself up. We're finishing with a seat. You can kneel back or you can swing the legs round underneath to take an easy seat. Wherever you settle, rest the hands on the knees or in the lap. Drop the shoulders and close the eyes. Settle here and be aware of your physical body. Be aware of the difference in how it feels from the start of your practice. Feel a sense of energy created. Be aware of your breath. Notice how the breath can be both relaxing but also energizing. And as you sit here, having accomplished your practice for the day, creating that energy and connection between mind and body, just think ahead to your day. Maybe think of 2 or 3 things that you are ready to focus on to get done today. Set your intention to achieve those tasks, whatever they are. And then give yourself a little smile. You've started your day in the best way to move forward and get things done. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up above the head. Bring palms together and drop thumbs to the forehead. Recognize your practice, your commitments. And then draw hands down to the heart, bow the head. Well done for stepping onto your mat this morning. Have a super day. Namaste.